For today's business book tip of the day, I'm going to teach you 3 questions to ask people in your circle of influence to learn what they really think about you and your business and what you can do about it. It comes from the book The Art of Woo, and my name is Kirk Barbera, Kirk double K Barbera. Stick around for today's business book tip of the day. From the book, The Art of Woo, using strategic persuasion to sell your ideas, this business book tip is called The Invisible Pitch, with a P, pitch. And I'll read a little bit and then give you some ideas on how to use this in your own life and business. We don't always realize it, but what we do and how we do it are themselves pitches. We're conveying a message about ourselves, our work, or our organization, and other people are interpreting it. And we all kind of understand this, that when we go to a networking event, when we talk to someone new, when we meet someone, they are instantly making a judgment or evaluating us in a way that we may or may not be aware of. And the point is, we dress in a certain way. For instance, if you go into meetings with me, I tend to dress in a certain way that's not as tied up and buttoned down and things like that. But my business partner, who's conveys that, and that's who he is, he's more like that. And there's no right or wrong answer, but to what you should convey. The point is, you want to be aware of what you're conveying to the utmost degree in your fashion, in your hairstyle, in the way you talk, and the way you present yourself, in your hand gestures, in your eye contact, in your that's part of the purpose of this whole business book tip of the day. So gaining self-awareness of that is really challenging. And that's what I want to give you a little tip from this great book that I recommend, where you ask a couple of questions to people and get feedback. And I'll tell you a quick story of how this really resonated with me. You might have noticed, you might have picked up, I write a lot. If you go to my Medium page, you'll see 100 some odd stories. That's just the stories I've published on Medium. I've published a couple in some national magazines, I've edited some major works, and I've written tomes. This right here, I don't know if you can see it, that's a novel I wrote. I haven't published it yet. I don't know if I will ever, because it's not that great. I don't know. It has a lot of work to do. I've written, I don't know, maybe 50 short stories, feature-length screenplays. Like, I write a lot of stuff, and that's what I want to be. But when I talk to people, conveying exactly and encapsulating that in all my varying interests is very difficult, as I'm sure you're aware. So one time, before I was working with Real Elite, I was talking to somebody about some of the writing I do, and I just happened to mention that I'm into poetry. And this individual immediately picked up on that because it was so unique to him. And so when he introduced me to someone, this is what he said: "Hey, this is my friend Kirk, he's a poet." I'm like, well, I've never written really poetry. I'm not a poet. So it's not the way I wanted to be portrayed. And I'm sure you've experienced something like that, where someone presents you in a certain way and you're like, no, that's not correct. And the reason isn't that person's fault, it's your fault. You didn't present yourself properly, you didn't convey the message in the words you say, how you say them, and how you present yourself. So real quick, here's a quick exercise that you can use to make yourself clearer about who you are and help you become more aware of this. So I want you to write down a list of 10 of your closest people. This can include your wife, your husband, friends, family members. Try to get a variety of different people who really know you day in and day out, and maybe some people who just know you on the periphery of your influence sphere. Ask them 3 questions, and this is particularly for small business owners and or people who are entrepreneurs. And try to think, try to watch their answers as well. Like, are they evading? Are they telling you what they want you to hear? Are they trying to be honest? Are they brutally honest? Are they attacking you for the sake of attacking you because they haven't had that opportunity? Think about that. So ask them this question: what 3 words come to mind in response to the following questions? So one at a time. What is my company about? What 3 words come to mind? What is my product or service about? What 3 words come to their mind? Ask them. What am I about? Now, it's very important that perhaps you do this today and then in 6 months or, a month or so, and tell them that you're going to ask them again, and that you'd really like them to, think about it and actually give you a serious, tough answer, even if it's not what they think you want. And the purpose of this will be to help you, understand how you're portraying yourself, because how a person interprets you is on you. It's on you. Even if that person's not the best interpreter of humans, you have to understand the context of the people that you're talking to and help them better grasp the essence of you and your productive purpose and your integrating central idea that you want to convey to the world. What's the thesis of you and your company? Again, my name is Kirk Double K Barbera. This is Business Book Tip of the Day. And remember, reading is not passive. Reading is a contact sport. So go out and play some sports.